It did an awful lot to kill an awful lot of Allied people, especially during the month of April, known as
You want to start up right here,
Scourge. And here goes Scott, up and out. Very nice. Nice takeoff. Very difficult to do with that type of aircraft.
You got that right.
One of the big claims that Fokker did, we were going to be part of the show as well. He had some power issues. It looks like they've got it sorted out. His is a little larger. This is a 3rd scale. And I was actually the day that kit did arrive. That thing came with a box, and I think it was some 1,800 pieces sitting in the box. So several tubes of glue later, much patience, some covering and some paint. That's what we have.
Beautiful one. You're not going to come to the picture with me?
Oh, that's right. That was Ernest, right? You'll notice Craig's aircraft is a little bit different looking. Different paint scheme to it. It was actually flown by a guy by the boss, was shot down. I just had my memory jog. It was a British squadron, number 56. And he actually took on an entire squadron of airplanes. And he almost got them all. Not quite. And he ended up getting shot down in probably one of the most famous dogfights in World War I. Craig is now rolling, catching the tail. And here goes our second DR1 into the air. You'll notice the planes move along very slowly. That's the way the real ones were. This aircraft in full scale was top speed was probably about 120 miles an hour. Its stall speed wouldn't have been much more. Stall speed probably around 70 or 80 miles an hour. So you're flying very much on the edge of stall all the time in these aircraft. It wasn't a high speed. Have a little bit of a squadron show going on here right now with the wingman. The Germans were the ones that started to develop the idea of a wingman. One was the principal fighter and have a second plane following in behind to keep anybody off of his back. It developed through the First World War and came to a height in the Second War. Of course, nowadays, wingman does have a different connotation. But we'll stay with the original World War I version of. He's there to, I guess it works even in today's thing, to keep the enemy off your back. Trouble. There's a nice pass. Hope somebody got a picture of that. Looks real good. Looping and rolling around through the sky and will. That really wasn't the way I was thought of what they did. Oh, Scott just made a liar of me. There's a big loop. Really, air combat is more about height and diving down on your enemy, taking the shot or getting what target you can get presented. And then zooming and getting up out of the way. Another nice pass. The paint scheme you see is typical for triplanes and Fokker DR1s during the war, that vertical wash scheme, and then on the underside you see the sky blue scheme. The Red Baron, that red aircraft that's so iconic with the Fokker DR1, was a one of and was not a common practice through the war. However, towards the war, the German pilots were allowed to decorate their aircraft, and you did start to see a few more machines become a little bit gaudier. The front one, Werner's plane is standard. You can see the back, the guy's got the extra bar and stuff that he's done on the fuse to deck it out a little bit. The Iron Cross was used during the Second War and moved on through to the Second War with the German Air Force. Oh, very well done. That's a very difficult aircraft to land. Well done, Scott. Very nice. As Craig comes over top, protecting cover, making sure there's no allies sitting around to take a pot shot at his comrade as he's landing. I'm going to do a drop of candy and you can head on out and grab some candy. Here comes Craig from the left, getting set up for his landing. Very nice, well done. You notice the wheels rolling backwards from the slipstream prior to touchdown. Cool. Very well done. Thank you, gentlemen. Nice flight.